century adventurers hoped one day to return. Twentieth-century adventurers are discovering daily the immeasurable wealth of a treasure island vacation. Situated on the west coast of Florida, this vacation land is in the heart of Florida's West Coast playground, a wonderful oasis just minutes due west of the famous Sunshine city of St. Petersburg. As we fly over Treasure Island, we see the tree-lined causeway reaching out from St. Petersburg. On both sides of this beautiful highway are home sites beyond equal. Home sites set in tropical splendor on the blue waters of the bay, where living takes on its real meaning. On the causeway, this drawbridge spans the West Coast Inland Waterway, and once across it, you are set to enjoy the pleasures of a Treasure Island vacation. Perhaps this attractive setting will inspire you, as it has thousands of others, to make your home here under the Florida sun. Miles of soft white sand beaches and an incomparable year-round climate welcome thousands of visitors annually. Fun takes various forms in this enchanting land where you may swim in the surf or sheltered waters, or rest and laze in the golden warmth of Florida's sun. All in all, you'll enjoy relief from tensions through rest and play. Shell collecting can become a fascinating pastime. Amateur and professional collectors alike find hundreds of different and beautiful shells on these shores, and there's fun for the more vigorous vacationers. Yes, there are active beachcombers who feel the urge for more vigorous exercise, and although these are not big leaguers, there are many big league ball players who do train here. On Treasure Island, there are accommodations to suit every family, every budget. From ultra-modern motels with restaurants, nightclubs, shuffleboard courts, and swimming pools, to modest efficiency apartments. You have your choice of hotels, motels, apartments, and villas, all designed to make your holiday a bright, gay, and relaxing one. Yes, on this island there are over 10,000 accommodations available for the tropical vacation-minded, and many fine pools dot the island for those who enjoy a refreshing plunge in fresh water. Everyone here on Treasure Island goes all out to make every moment your fullest. Vacationers come from all over the world to Treasure Island to enjoy this gem of Florida's West Coast. And for those who want to stay for a lifetime, new homes like this one are under construction. Bananas and, of course, citrus trees, too, grow in the backyard. And almost everyone has a boat for fishing or cruising among the beautiful islands of Florida's Sun Coast. Treasure Island will form the hub of your Florida activities. Many of the state's most famous tourist attractions are just a few hours' drive from Treasure Island. You'll be able to see such places as the Ringling Art Museum, the Ringling Circus Winter Quarters, and Cypress Gardens with its Bok Tower, Silver Springs, and Weeki Wachee, Spring of the Mermaids. New highways and bridges bring everything closer to Treasure Island. Tampa is just a short drive across Old Tampa Bay. Our port of call today in Tampa is the Highlight Fronton. Here we see the world's fastest game being played. A combination of handball, tennis, and lacrosse is woven together to bring the spectator thrills almost beyond belief. The ball, known as a pelota, is a hard goatskin-covered missile that travels better than 100 miles an hour when rebounding from the wall, having been thrown there by a player who wears a cesta, a basket-like racket attached to his hand. Highlight is one of the most thrilling attractions in the world. Located at the city limits of St. Petersburg is the world's oldest and finest dog track, Derby Lane, where thousands of visitors and local residents enjoy the sport of queens. And in our neighboring city of Sarasota to the south, the Kennel Club is in full operation for the spring and early summer racing. The winter home of the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Mets is but 15 minutes drive from Treasure Island. At Al Lang Field, the Grapefruit League's games are one of the winter's top attractions. Here we see the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox squaring off in the Grapefruit League. As you sit in the grandstands, you can look out over Albert Whitted Airport and the waterfront site of St. Petersburg's new auditorium. And just a few minutes' drive south from Treasure Island brings you to the beautiful Sunshine Skyway, one of the longest overwater causeways in the world. It stretches for 15 miles over Tampa Bay, leading south to Bradenton, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. Not only is the Skyway a mecca for fishermen in the area, but it is by far the most breathtaking and enchanting ride you will ever take. Somehow, all roads lead back to the sparkling white sands of the Gulf of Mexico. From our plane, you can see beautiful John's Pass, known throughout the world as a mecca for fishermen, just as Treasure Island itself is known far and wide for its clean, white sand beaches. Here is John's Pass, located on the north end of Treasure Island. It's a fisherman's paradise. From the waters of John's Pass, bridge fishermen enjoy the thrill of catching everything from shiners to shark. But fishing isn't restricted to bridges and seawalls, because on Treasure Island you're surrounded by sheltered bays and bayous for small boat angling, and of course the wide open Gulf of Mexico for deep sea fishing. At fabulous John's Pass, Blind Pass, and Snug Harbor, you will find an almost inexhaustible variety of charter fishing craft. There are large charter boats that leave at 8 a.m. and come back at 5 p.m. from a solid day's fishing fun in the Gulf. Or you may charter smaller boats for your own private party. Whatever your preference in fishing, you'll find Treasure Island offers some of the finest you've ever enjoyed. Nothing surpasses the beautiful blue waters of the Gulf of Mexico when you know full well that the day's catch is going to be a good one. The boats take you to the grouper banks or follow the kings and tarpon when they are running. Nothing brings the sports fisherman a greater thrill than the fight of the game fish. And here we see a day's catch from one of the charter boats, proof that this is a fisherman's dreamland come true. And for the golf enthusiast, there are 3 par 3 golf courses in the area and at least 20 regulation golf courses. Spectators enjoy the St. Petersburg Annual Open Golf Tournament. Shopping is also an adventure in Treasure Island, for here you'll find the shops abound with unusual gifts and jewelry from all over the world, as well as authentic Florida crafts. And of course, an active Chamber of Commerce and city government, too, do everything in their power to make every moment on Treasure Island a moment to remember. Along with the city government, this modern municipal building houses one of the finest auditoriums on Florida's west coast. It is constantly the scene of many civic luncheons, parties, and dances. And on the island, you'll find every international civic organization represented. Everyone looks forward to a big Treasure Island fish fry. Fresh-caught mullet on palm frond steaks, broiled slowly over a bed of glowing charcoal. That's the recipe for an island-style fish fry that Treasure Island visitors and home folks alike flock to enjoy. Appetites are keen after a day of pleasant activities under the Florida sun. Seconds, anyone? There's plenty more where these came from. Water skiing in December? It's done every day, all year long on sunny Treasure Island. Here we see a portion of the Aquamaniacs thrilling ski show. Sponsored by the Treasure Island Chamber of Commerce, the Aquamaniacs offer regular free performances and often take part in special celebrations. On Treasure Island, even Santa Claus arrives on water skis. And it's been said, though privately, that Santa would like to make Treasure Island his permanent home. They look professional, these daring young girls on the flying trapeze. But these are some of the children from a nearby St. Petersburg Youth Center who set up their trapeze right on Treasure Island's breeze-swept beach one evening to entertain the crowds. As we look down Gulf Boulevard at night, we see a never-ending panorama of brilliant, spectacular signs assuring you that nightlife on Treasure Island combines city sophistication with the romance of the silver moon on dark blue waters. Very fine supper clubs provide big city entertainment, dancing under the stars, and the music and gaiety of a holiday world. The city of St. Petersburg has its own municipal beach facilities on the island. Here, local residents as well as tourists relax and enjoy the placid waters of the Gulf of Mexico, the sand, and Florida's warm sun. Everywhere you look, you will find fun in this friendly land. Climaxing the winter season is the Sunshine Festival. The Sunshine Festival is a week-long round of dances, sports events, parties, tournaments, games, and parades. Here we are watching the famous 3-hour-long Sunshine Festival parade with hundreds and hundreds of beautiful floats, bands, and marching units. Let's stop for just a moment and enjoy the breathtaking beauty of the floats. Over 1/2 million people view this parade each year, and although it climaxes the winter season, it also heralds the start of the spring and summer season, because Florida's Sun Coast is a year-round playground. In this short time, we have shown you only a few of the pleasures of this beautiful land, and we leave with the hope that you too may one day discover the enjoyment and relaxation of this vacation treasure land. Treasure Island, Florida.